Welcome to Backstage with Kennedy. This little show will be your remedy. From Toronto, spanning across the sea. Cool people, lots of laughs. This is your favorite podcast.
Hello and welcome. My name is Kennedy from the Backstage with Kennedy podcast. I got an awesome guest today, Michael Crusty from Michael Crusty Media, as well as No Big Deal. This man is, by the definition, versatility. If you need a guitarist, he's the guy to call. If you need a videographer, he's the guy to call. If you need a concert photographer, talk to Crusty. So I'm really in for this one. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you? How's everyone doing? Peace.
I'm doing great. So
good.
What have you been up to during COVID? I mean, obviously everybody's been kind of taking it in as different ways. Like how have you been dealing with it?
At first, I was very anxious. I think everyone was kind of anxious, what's happening? I didn't do a lot. I wasn't very creative at all. Val and I watched Walking Dead, which is probably the worst show to watch because it's like a zombie apocalypse, but we were like, we can power through this. It's so good. So that's basically what we did at the start. We hid in the basement for the first 3 weeks and did nothing. It was great.
I mean, I think we all kind of did that. And then we realized we can't just throw away life like this. Like Netflix is dope, but
yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I was like, I don't even remember. I just started playing guitar again, getting back into guitar. I don't know.
That's wicked. Well, yeah, you seem to have been definitely really busy. I feel like you've been doing releases nonstop throughout this. And a big one was Mikey and his uke sessions with Mikey Hod from Fairmount's, former guest on this show. And you guys have just knocked down so many great songs with so many talented musicians. How has it been working with all those people?
It's a whirlwind. Let me tell you, it's pretty crazy. First of all, Mikey, he did 100 videos in 100 days, which just, it blows my mind. I was doing one every Wednesday, and just to get everyone on board and record a song and do all that in a week was hard. So I give him full props for doing 100 in 100 days. But it's pretty cool working with so many different artists, and everyone that has been involved and has done a song has been super stoked to do it. So it's pretty easy. Sometimes you get a song. I have right now I have 12 songs on the go.
Yeah.
And getting people to record their parts. They're at first you're hey, do you want to do guitar for a Bronx song? Oh yeah, I love the Bronx. Okay. All right, I'm going to send you the song. And then 2 weeks go by and you're hey, you still want to do it? Oh yeah, I got really busy. And then eventually I can't do it. That happens a lot. But with the Mikey and the uke stuff, it's mostly been Darren, Darren's done a lot of drums from Goldfinger and punk rock karaoke, and he's like us. He's bored and he's stoked. So it's I'll be hey, or Mikey was hey, let's do Bad Religion song, No Control, and he's Darren's okay, cool. And the next day he sends me all the stuff. And he's okay, I got the drums done. I'm we better find people to play the song with us.
Yeah,
how it's been. He's excited to do it. So, and as far as getting all the people, it's been I think a very much a team effort. We've all tried to use our resources and ask people, or sometimes just send I sent a message yesterday. I sent a blind message to Moby, because we're doing a song, and I'm Moby would be perfect for this. And I just sent a message on Instagram. I'm hoping he sees it. I don't know, but some of it's been like that. Send a message out and see what happens.
That's pretty cool. I saw the one that you released. We're gonna say last Wednesday, being that this came out is gonna come out on the Monday.
Yes.
Pennywise, the lead singer Pennywise. You probably just woke up and you're Whoa, damn, that's happening.
Actually, it's a little bit different for Pennywise because the bass player Randy, he was on Brohim, and he kind of plays in punk rock karaoke a bit. But I kind of have a history with them because last time they were in Toronto, I got to shoot them. I got to like shoot them, and I sent them the photos, and they love the photos, and they've been posting them on their socials. So I kind of have a little bit of history there. So I'm sure Jim might know my name. At that point, he knew it.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah,
I'm sure he does.
Plus, the Anti-Queens played 77, and Pennywise was one of the headliners, so we got to like meet them there too.
Damn, that's pretty
last
cool.
year. Yeah,
that's pretty cool. So, obviously, Val is a very, very talented musician. I know I chatted with Emily last week about that. We briefly spoke about that. Yeah. But how has that been, like, living with Val? The creative aspect for the both of you. Have you been like kind of bouncing like ideas of like guitar stuff off each other?
Oh, you know what? She yeah, for sure. I think so. Like right now they're on like full writing mode. Like they're writing an album, and she'll be just like, "Hey, check this out." And I'll be like, "That's wicked. Maybe if you hit that one note." And then she goes, "Oh yeah, that's cool." And then like, or like, I'll be like, you know, working on a song, or like, I'll be working on a music video. I'll be like, "Hey, check out this effect I did." And she looks at it, she's like, "That was stupid." I'll be like, "Yeah, you're right." Or it's anything like that. Like she'll be like, you know, the video is pretty cool, but I think it'd be cooler if you put this in. We're always like helping each other out. We're definitely a team. It's not at all a competition. Although I'm very
competitive.
Yeah.
So who's your favorite person you've ever shot? I mean, you mentioned that you did shoot for Pennywise. I know you shoot tons and tons of stuff for Anti-Queens. Like, I think it's pretty obvious from their socials and your socials.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite person you've ever shot? Photography-wise, not assassination-wise.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah. I think if we're talking, like, my favorite photo of all time is a photo of Tim Armstrong when I shot Rancid.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing something with his guitar, and I just took this photo, and it's just like it's his hand is turning a knob, but he's giving the middle finger, and you can see the punks on his hand. It's like my favorite shot of all time. I had a blast shooting Rancid because I love Rancid. So that's probably up there. I don't know. I like shooting a lot of my friends' bands sometimes. It's fun shooting the Anti-Queens. It's mostly easy.
It's nice to see you around like the local shows and stuff like that, taking pictures. Like, even on the days like when I've seen you like, and you're like, I don't really want to shoot today. I've seen you up there still shooting, and I'm like, this guy loves this. Crusty loves this.
Because then it's like, if I don't shoot the band, what am I gonna do tomorrow? I won't have anything to edit.
So what's your favorite part of like the photography, videography process? Do you enjoy like actually taking the shots more, or do you enjoy the editing process more?
I think it's hold on, I'm getting an email here. Okay. I think it's different for both. For photography, I enjoy going to the show and taking photos. Like one of my favorite feelings that I haven't felt in so long is that feeling of when you're a photographer and you're at like a big show, and they, security lets you into the photo pit area in front of the stage, and it's dark and the band hasn't come on yet, and you're just waiting with everyone in the crowd behind you, and you're just sitting there waiting, and then they come on, the lights come on, you're just like, go, 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 go. That's like the best feeling. I love that feeling so much. And then I like, by the end of the night, I go home, I have 500 photos, and the last thing, I hate editing photos because there's 500 of them.
Yeah.
But for video, it's the opposite. Like shooting the actual video is a pain in the arse. But editing the video and like making the whole video a thing is so much fun for me. I always find like I'll be editing a video, and as I get closer to the end of the song, I'm so excited to see what it's gonna look like. I start like getting faster and faster. Like, okay, I'm gonna put this here. It's gonna look so cool. Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
It's just like a level of stokedness that just keeps going upwards.
Yeah, totally. But filming a music video is literally the worst. It's usually like 10 hours on my feet, not eating, not drinking, and I usually at the end of it, because I just get so exhausted from just like looking through the camera and trying to be creative with every shot that my brain is mush.
Yeah. I
Absolutely.
feel like when I was making hip hop music and doing music videos,
Yeah.
I hated shooting music videos. Like it was
First.
like being in it. I was like, this is not me. This isn't me. So I used
Yeah.
to be like so quick with my videographers, and this is obviously before I met you. I
Yeah.
totally would have hit you up, but but yeah, I'd be like, I hate doing this, and I'd be like, let's get out of here, let's get out of here. We'd have the
Yeah.
video for like an hour, which is
Yeah.
insanity.
Yeah.
But we were just like, go, 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 because once I lost interest, I lost interest.
Sometimes that happens to me. Sometimes there's shoots where like a band's like, hey, we want to do this, and in my head I'm like, I can do that so easy. And like I've shot a video for a band the other day, and the whole video I was with them for 2 hours. That's it. I
That's
went
unreal.
I went to their jam space and I filmed them, and we hung out and we had a good time, and we ate some pizza, and I filmed them play the song over and over again, and I was like, okay, I got enough. And they're like, really, that's it? I'm like, yeah. And then, like a week later, I sent them the video yesterday to edit, and they're like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!" I'm like, "Yes."
Yeah, sometimes like I think a lot of artists enjoy being in front of the camera, and a lot of artists do not enjoy in front of the
Oh,
camera.
there's definitely a lot of artists that also don't know how to be in front of the camera.
Yeah, very true. Very true. So what you because you're a musician and like you're a guitarist and you're a photographer, what really came first for you, and what if you could pick one or the other, could you even pick one or the other?
I could pick
Which
one or the
would
other. So what came first was guitar and piano when I was like 3, and piano was like 5 years old. I
Yeah.
took lessons and I did all that. Started playing drums when I was 12, and just went all downhill from there. Photography didn't start till I was 14 or 15, like in high school. They had like a course, and I was like, I'll take the course. And we're talking like a long time, because I'm pretty old.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think music started first, and having music being played in the house constantly by like my brother and my parents and stuff. I think that helped with my love for music. But right now, even before all this happened, people ask me that question, and I think right now, if I had to choose between the two, it would be photography and videography, not music.
Do you think it's because the business is like, because you're able to still do photography and videography in not just a self sense, but like you're still able to like show the world, I guess, your art right now, opposed to like music, where it's a little bit tougher right now to show the world?
It's definitely tougher for musicians right now. No, I think it's just I have been doing music for so long that I'm at the point now where it's like it's still awesome and I still love playing, but I get more satisfaction out of being creative with my camera.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel you. So how did No Big Deal start? Like I don't know the beginnings of No Big Deal. How did you guys all get together?
So no big deal. We had a different band name, and it was Jane Kevin, where basically they had some other band members in the band, and a couple of guys got kicked out, and they needed some replacements, and they knew the bass player Christian, and they knew myself pretty well. I worked at like a local music store, and they would always come in like, I got a show today, and I need to set up my guitar. I'm like, I gotcha, and I would set up their guitar for them on the spot. They're like, you're the best. We got to like hang out and know each other, and it was pretty cool. And then they asked us to join, and at the time they asked me to be the drummer. I was the drummer for the band first. The first 2 albums,
Wow.
I played drums on the album. I played drums on the record.
That's insane.
And, yeah, and then eventually we played Riot Fest, and I think someone at Riot Fest was like, you know what, like you guys should get another guitar player. Michael, you should play guitar, because they knew I was like better at guitar than drums, and like, and then the singer can just like Jay can just be the singer and run around and do all the wacky shit that he does. And I'm like, hey, that's not a bad idea. So we got Matt on drums, and it just became, that was like 2015 or 16. And then yeah, So I think I've been in the band since 2013. We have 3 EPs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So once again, speak about versatility. I mean, I think that proves it right there. Do you do a lot of gigs where like you fill in for people? Because I remember I saw the Organ Thieves, Anti Queens, Doghouse Rose gig, and I forget who. I forget. And Holy Smokes from Burlington.
Yes. Yeah.
And
so I
played
guitar
with
for
Doghouse Rose. I was like, what? I was like, Krusty's playing the guitar for them.
it's what I don't know if they. No, I recorded. I don't know if it's am I allowed to say it? I don't know, but I recorded an album with them in January with Steve Reisen. We recorded a full album, and I played guitar for them. They were in this kind of weird spot where they didn't have a guitar player, and I had done photos for them, and I'm friends with them, and they knew I played guitar. So they're like, "Hey, Michael, do you want to play guitar for the album?" And I was like, "Yeah, I love playing music. I love your music, and I love making albums with Steve Reisen. Two albums in 2 years with him." So I was like, "Yeah, okay." So that's that. And then they're like, "Hey, we have this show with the Anti Queens. Do you want to play? It's gonna be a huge show." I was like, "Huh? I'm gonna be there anyways." So
that may have been one of the best shows I've ever been to in my life.
Oh, really? Wow, that's awesome. You know what? It was a good show, and it was like right before all of this, so it's like
yeah. And we had Chuck Coles come up during the Anti Queen set.
I have that all on video.
John Craig Sifton went up and jumped on for the Organ set.
Yeah, that's right.
The Organ Thieves guy. I got actually their lyrics tattooed on my ribs.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I showed Chucky I got that Chuck Coles collaboration.
Oh, you got a deck too.
Yes, sir.
Did you see that? I did the commercial for that deck.
Did you?
I edited the commercial for the Flats and for Chuck.
So I just saw the picture on Instagram and I was like,
yeah, there's like a 1 minute like video commercial for it, and that was me.
That's wicked.
Yeah.
Look, the stars align, man.
But that was such a good show. I have a lot of it on video, and I haven't even showed. I don't even think Val knows. Like, I haven't showed the girls the video at all. I should probably show them. I have a lot of footage from all their shows.
There was so much awesome stuff that happened during that show, and I mean, I brought a friend from Burlington, one of my best friends, who's not really a music guy. Like, he's more of like, I don't know, he works hard, I guess. But I brought him out to the show, and he had no idea what to expect out of that show. And I just looked over at him, and his jaw dropped, and he's like, "This is awesome." I'm like,
good. It's so good.
Man.
Yeah, I agree. It was a huge deal for the band. I know that like selling out the Horseshoe for them is just a huge thing on their list. Just a notch. And I feel like it's just the beginning.
Oh yeah. What's next for Crusty? What you have in the future going on? Stuff, lots of gigs, or what?
I'm working with Steve Reisen right now. We're this close to putting together a production for live streaming for bands. And he's going to do sound. I'm going to do video, and we're going to have like a full production with a stage and lighting and everything. All the band has to do is show up.
It's amazing.
Turn on the interwebs, the internet, and then I say go, and then they play. So we're working on that. Other than that, we have Mikey and his uke. We have in the works. We have songs that are done right now. I think we have 4 songs that are done, and then another bunch on the way. And then I also have on my channel, I've been so busy. I've been so focused on helping Mikey and his uke that I kind of put my YouTube channel to the side a little bit. But I think I have like 15 videos, cover videos that I have to release that are just done. So I just have to upload them.
So I think it's safe to say that busy is an understatement right now.
I was telling this to Val yesterday. I have to learn how to say no. Because people are like, "Hey, you want to do this?" I'm like, "Yes." "Hey, you want to do this?" "Yes, I do." And then I'm like, I don't sleep for 3 days. because I'm just like working. But I love it so much, I'm addicted to it. So it's like it's just an awesome. I just love doing it. So
Well,
I'm gonna keep doing it.
I appreciate you coming on the podcast, man. Like seriously, I know you're busy, so taking that time out of your day to come on here it means a lot, dude. Where can people find you on social media? Where can they find your work so that you can
I have
so that
a new
they can hire?
website. I have a new website that I'm going to be launching, but it's already up now. I guess you can go to it's crustymedia.ca, and it has everything that you need to know about me, and you can find me on any social platform through that website. So crustymedia.ca.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, thank you again, man. It means
Thank
a
you.
lot.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you, brother. You have a good one. All right. And we'll talk soon. Easy.